I spend a lot of time on my phone. And it got me thinking, I always say I don't have time, but I do, clearly. Now I believe that I have time if I were to use that time more wisely. My goal is to turn my screen time, which is about 5 hours a day, let's say. Not all of that is terrible stuff. Some of that is actually good stuff. Some of that is my business, some of that is instructional YouTube videos, but not all of it is, and a decent portion of it is stuff that is wasted time. So I want to turn that time into $100,000. And if I can do that, if I can make £100 a day extra, it should only take about 2.7 years to reach that goal of $100,000. Now I'm English, so I don't actually measure in dollars. I measure in pounds, and $100,000 is about 79 to 80,000 pounds, depending on the day. Now, the majority of my time is going to be split between two things. Firstly, Lincoln Bagel Company. That is my business. That is the thing that provides me my income. That is the thing that I work most hard on. The second is my family. I'm married, I have 3 children, so I need to make sure that I prioritize my time efficiently and properly. So the majority of the time, the hours that I'm going to be trying to do outside of work are either going to be in the morning or later on in the evening. So we're looking at, if I'm getting out of work at 4 o'clock, I have a couple of hours between 4 and 6 or 7 that I can work. And if I wake up at 5, then there's a couple of hours that I can work before they wake up. But what's step 2? I need to find actual side hustles. I need to actually find something to do, something to work, something that will actually be a good return on investment for my time. So I'm going to do what any good, self-respecting, entrepreneurial, creative would do. I'm going to use ChatGPT. So we're on ChatGPT. I don't want to just throw in what side hustles to do. I think I need to be a bit more specific. I need UK specific side hustles. So let's give it a shot. So we're here. Let's think. Good side hustles to do in the UK. Let's see what it has for us. Online tutoring or teaching. Yeah, maybe when I'm a bit better at something. Delivery driver, food or shopping platforms, Uber Eats, Deliveroo, Amazon Flex, never heard of that, and grocery store delivering services. I didn't realize that grocery stores did delivery services. Okay, that one seems good because that can work around my schedule. So it says Uber Eats, Deliveroo. I think both of those would be good options. So I should probably try and get in with those. So those are going to be one to start with. Let's see if I can start that. Selling handmade goods, that's not going to work. A virtual assistant, so a VA. I guess if time management is your thing, sure, okay. Affiliate marketing. Now this is one of the things that you go on Instagram, you go on TikTok, you go on Reels, you go on Facebook. No one uses a Facebook video, but if you were, you would see adverts for affiliate marketing. It's right in there with drop shipping as the thing that the people who make money don't make money through drop shipping, they make money through selling courses about how to make money through drop shipping, or affiliate marketing in this case. Affiliate marketing will work if you have a decently sized YouTube channel, but before this point, I don't think that's gonna work, but we'll give it a shot. We'll try basically anything. Property renting or Airbnb hosting, that's really interesting. I think I would need to own my own home for that. I'll look into it, but I'm not sure it's possible. Again, I also have children and I don't really want a bunch of strangers coming into my home, so maybe that'll be something for another time. Maybe we'll come back to that. Pet sitting or dog walking. We can do that. Yeah, we'll look into that. That sounds good. So here's another option, stock photography. Stock photography is probably something that I could do. That seems like an actual valid option because photography, you could probably make more than £100 a day. In fact, if I get a wedding booked or something like that, I could maybe make £800 to £1,000 depending on the budget for the wedding. And that would be, I mean, if it's £1,000, that's theoretically 10 days worth. That's not bad. We can definitely do that. So social media management is something that we're going to be doing. I'm going to actually be using my own social media for Lincoln Bagel Company, and I'm going to be turning this into a much better platform, essentially. I want to make it into a more content-based channel rather than a channel that just represents a business. So that's the plan. We're gonna go deeper into that at some point, but I do have a plan for that one, so that's good. Online surveys or market research. I think maybe if you'd gotten into this in like 2012, maybe this would have been more lucrative, but I think now this is probably just is done. Drop shipping or e-commerce, let's go. No. Personal training or fitness coaching. I can teach people how to do push-ups and get paid for it. I'm kidding. That's not for me. I'm not a gym bro. Maybe one day that will be me, but right now I'll just stick to going by myself. I'm not gonna train anyone until I have been trained myself. So let's have a look. So this is blogging or vlogging platforms, WordPress, YouTube or Medium. I don't know what Medium is, I've never heard of that before. Skills needed is writing, video editing, and content creation. I hope I'm good at one of those things. If I'm not, this is gonna be really boring. Car detailing, so I guess that's cleaning cars, maybe specifically the inside and the outside. Tech support and IT help. No, okay. Well, let's ask for a few more. Can I have a few more, please? That's a question. Let's be punctual. Voiceover work. That's a good idea. Online fitness classes, a yoga, a yoga instructor. Again, kind of is the same as the gym one, but the voiceover work, that sounds good. We might, I have a microphone, I could probably set up a microphone. I could probably set up a little bit of a makeshift studio in this studio and do some voiceover work, some voice acting work. That would be good fun, actually. That would be fun. Translation or transcription. I can write, but I cannot speak any other language, so that's not a good idea. Renting your car. It's not my car, I'm leasing it. We're gonna get to that in a minute, trust me. Okay, gardening or lawn care. That's great, we're gonna try that. Cleaning or organizing services. Why not? We'll probably just start a general services business to see if we can pick up some money on the weekends and in the mornings and after work, so we'll try that. Flipping furniture or antiques, I guess we could try marketplace. Flipping is probably a good idea. Flipping, these are better than the first one. These are great. Flipping probably is going to be something that we'll do. In fact, I actually did during the summer of last year. We kind of came upon some hard financial times. Me and my wife did flip a couple of things. I say me and my wife. She flipped a bunch of things to help us pay the bills, essentially. So I know that can work. We'll just need to dedicate a little bit of money to it, but we'll give that a shot. Personal shopper or stylist. I don't think I can be anyone's personal stylist. No. Renting your camera equipment. That's a bit of a large assumption that everyone just has camera equipment. Again, I would rent my camera equipment, but the problem is that I'm kind of using it. Now that I'm doing this, I'm not going to be able to just lend my camera equipment out everywhere. This kind of is necessary. I kind of need this and this and this. Create and sell digital products. Now, this is something that I do want. I don't want to just invent something. I kind of need to think about it, to give it some real thought. But creating and selling digital products, yeah, we could do that. I think we could do that. Mystery shopping, I don't even know what that is, so I'm not going to do that. Mystery shopping sounds like a way to spend money than it does to make it. Selling art or NFTs, or 2021 and 2022 have called. They want their side hustle back. Does anyone still do NFTs? I feel like NFTs were a massive thing and then they dropped off. Okay. Tour guide or host. Okay. Self-publishing or e-writing. I knew someone who actually published a book that AI has written, and I'll need to reach out to him and see if he actually made any money from that. So he basically got AI to write a book and then published that book on Amazon through Amazon Publishings. Amazon Publishings is probably going to be a decent way that we can make some money. We'll just need to find the content first. I have an idea, but it's a bit controversial, so we will see. Carpet or upholstery cleaning. I think that will require some special equipment. I don't think you can just go in with a brush and just start scrubbing a carpet. I don't think that's how that works. You know, maybe we'll try it. Maybe I'll try it on my own carpet. My son spilled paint in here the other day and I got that out. Oh, no, never mind. I don't think I did. It's still kind of blue. We're not going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to give it one more shot. More, please. Let's see if it has any more side hustles. Personal chef or meal prep service. I think that's kind of becoming a lot of people's main businesses. I love cooking. I don't think I'm good enough specifically at cooking where I could run a service like that, but we can keep an eye. Create or sell workshop or courses. Maybe when I've made $100,000, I can get a course together about how you too can make $100,000 using your screen time. And then I'll get to 200,000 because I'll be able to rip people off. Rent your clothing. Do people do that? Oh, luxury clothing. Okay. So if you're broke and you want to look rich, you can rent using money you don't have to impress people you don't like. That sounds like a really great idea, yeah. Become an influencer or content creator. Platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, content creation, and marketing are the skills. I guess you can say that we're trying this now. So we actually already have started this side hustle. So selling clothes, I guess does that count as a side hustle? Selling clothes? I have clothes, I can sell clothes. Yeah, we'll sell clothes. Why not? We'll just huck some clothes on Vinted for money. Let's do that. Renting out your pets for dog dates. I hate that. I really hate that. I'm not sure why. Something in me just viscerally responded to that. I hate that. Don't do that. Don't rent out your dog. If you have a dog, don't rent out your dog. That's your dog. Ugh. No, thank you. Rent your backyard for events. I don't have a backyard. I have a porch, and that's it. So I can't do that. So we have the list. We have some stuff that we're going to do. The one that particularly speaks to me, the one that I want to try pretty soon. Well, there's actually two. The first one that I'm going to try and apply for now is going to be delivery. But for the first thing, Just Eat seems like one of the huge ones. So we're going to just to get the ball rolling, just so that we're actually doing something, so that we're proactive. We're going to start Just Eat. Okay, so we've got our portal ready. It's asking me to put in my address. I'm not going to put in my full address, but I will put in my city. Lincoln. How did you hear about us? Word of mouth, I guess. Next, let's go. Delivery zone. So we're going to add our delivery zone. Let's go. Submit selection. Thank you for your interest in Just Eat. Unfortunately, we are not accepting new carriers in your area. You will be contacted when it becomes available. Well, you know what? That's fine. Let's not get discouraged. We'll try Uber Eats and Just Eat in a minute. But there's one thing that we've not yet talked about. One word that is going to set us back. So it's a bad word. It's not a good word. It's not a word that most polite people like to use. It's a word that is forbidden. And that word is debt. I don't have a huge amount of debt. I don't have a mortgage. That would be one of the biggest points of debt. I'm not tens of thousands of pounds in credit card debt or any of that, but I still do have debt. So what do I owe? To my memory, there are three things, the three biggest things that I owe. Two are credit cards. So I have two credit cards, both of which are only small. They're only £500 each. One of them is not a card, it is a PayPal credit account. And the only reason there's anything on that was because I had to, over the summer, put a lot of business expenses on that when we were not in the best position, let's put it that way. So technically that is a business expense, but it's under my name, which means I'm counting it as my own. And then I have a personal credit card with a limit of 500, so we're going to clear that. And then the big one is my car. So I had the car on lease. It was a Mitsubishi PHEV. I assumed when I got it back in 2021 that I would be able to pay the last installment, but the problem is I don't. What do we have to take into account? The three debts, the car and the two cards. We are, let's think, negative £7,000. Yes, yeah. We are negative £7,000 on our journey towards £100,000. So when I started this video, we were heading towards $100,000. Now we're about negative £7,000, which is, I guess, about $9,000. I'm gonna have to sell the car, aren't I? I'm gonna sell the car. I have two cars, sell one of them. That will take us most of the way to our goal. So yeah, tomorrow, I'm gonna sell the car, or at least gonna try. So if you want to follow me on my journey first to get out of debt, to get out of the negative 7,000, and then my journey to 100,000, then I guess subscribe. Yeah, let's go.